Hey guys, DM Scotty here. Good to have you with me. Today I want to talk about flight stands. And these are very cheap alternatives to some very expensive or complicated flight stands that you can buy on the market. And really, my philosophy is you just want to show that it's flying. You want to show it's in the air. And these are some great ways to do that very inexpensively. Now, these different ways I show you, I'm using some of them in my upcoming play vids because I have these manticores attacking the party. So you might actually see these in the vids. But let's go to the table and I'll show you what I came up with for some very cheap alternatives to flight stands. Here I have a mock table set up, and say our players come moving into the area, so they come in, come on into the area, and they don't notice on the rock formation that there is a manticore lurking. They either finally see it, or it makes itself known. It comes up and it decides to start dive bombing the party. So it flies down and attacks. Now you could simulate it flying by several different ways. One way you can do is you can use a pizza stand. Okay, these are super cheap. Just take them off your pizza, so you can put that there, and then put the manticore on it, and then move it around, as the manticore moves to simulate flight. And depending on your game system, you could also use a die to mark how high it is if you need to do that or anything. Now, I painted that one black. You could even use just a white one from pizza and use that as a flight stand. So there you go. That's a cheap, super cheap stand for you. Although your players might make fun of you for having the flying pizza monster, so you got that. But that's one alternative. Another is to use dice boxes. So here's an old dice box. Have your players give them to you. You can use that. And these are really stable, nice stable platforms. I really like to use them, and they're clear, so it's really a nice alternative. And if you're getting them for dice anyway, just start saving them and you can use them for flight stands. One interesting thing you can do is you can also take one that has the bottom on it, and then take another one without the bottom and stick it together, and you can have a double flight stand. So you could do that. So you could do for like high altitude flight. So that's kind of nice. That is a neat way to do it. Now also, say the manticore had young. Okay, so this is I use that for an adult manticore, and I have some smaller manticores that I use for young. So say I had this, I could put it on the bigger stand, that's no problem, but it is kind of big for it. So what I have smaller versions of the dice box. Now no dice came in this. I actually got this at a craft store, and what's cool is they have different sizes. So you could even get them bigger than the dice box size, or you could get them smaller like this one. So say I had the smaller creature, I could use a smaller box and put it on there, and so the box would take up less space on the table because you don't need such a large box for a smaller creature. So there you go. There's some nice cheap ways you can do this. Now this box here, the smaller box was like, I don't know, it was $1 or something. Okay, so there's a little bit of money involved, but not much. So there we go. There's some practical ways to do, and some cheap ways to do some nice flight stands. So I'll see you next time on the craft.